In the past few decades, strides have been made for gender equality, but currently 51% of undergraduate students at MU are female. Few women hold high faculty positions on campus.
I've been here almost 20 years, and I think the situation has improved a lot. And not only are there more women leaders, there are also many more women faculty.
Times were different a while back, and there were fewer women in the professoriate, and there may have been active discrimination against hiring them. I think that is much less so. In my own experience in observing, reporting out, and talking with other women about it, it is less of an issue now than it was before. You hear me being very hesitant here.
Although huge strides have been made in gender equality, there's still much more to be done, especially concerning other minority groups.
There's still a long way to go because if you look at senior administration, it's almost populated entirely by men. And in addition to that, there's very few senior administrators who are people of color.
I feel on the one hand, you can hear anecdotal concerns of women and minorities on equity and hiring and pay and promotion, but yet the systematic studies that have been done elsewhere, not necessarily Mizzou, but elsewhere, suggest that those differences are disappearing. They're not gone, but the situation's improving.
Compared to other schools across the nation, Mizzou is not ranked favorably for gender representation.
I came from another Midwest university, Penn State. Spent 20 years there, and it wasn't a whole lot different than here. But it's a large R1 university, but it's in a more isolated setting, and my colleagues on the East and West Coast, for example, work in departments in which there are many more women represented in the STEM fields than they are here.
Compared to universities on the East Coast or the West Coast, not favorably. Compared to regional universities, often about the same or even somewhat better. Right? But compared to the universities and colleges on each coast, I think we have a long way to go.
Mizzou is hoping to make more strides within gender representation through providing more women with leadership opportunities.
I think just making a much more concerted effort to look for good female candidates, and not to just wait and have the female candidates apply, but to actively seek them out, right?
I think Mizzou can do it by making sure that they have women applicants for every position, and not a token one. There are some very highly qualified candidates that have come onto campus for various jobs, and I feel that they have as decent a shot as the highly qualified male candidate. And the recent provost search, now that's not faculty, but the recent provost search where they had brought in 3 out of the 4 candidates were female, I think is a very good sign for the institution.
The future of gender representation is in the hands of younger women who look up to today's leaders.
If you don't have women in leadership, you don't have role models.